Most business consultants charge AED 5,000 for this information. But I'm sharing the complete Dubai business setup blueprint for free. Please note, the information in this guide, including costs, rules, and regulations, is based on the latest data for 2025. These are subject to change, so it's always best to verify the current details with the official authorities or a professional consultant. So, you're looking at Dubai in 2025. You see the skyline, you hear the buzz, and you're thinking, okay, how do I get a piece of that action? How do I start a business here? I get it. It feels like a maze. Mainland, free zone, online. Which license do you need? What's the real cost? It's a lot. But don't worry. In this guide, we're cutting through all the noise. I'm going to walk you through the entire process, step by step, for 2025. By the end, you'll know exactly what you need to do to get your Dubai business off the ground. Let's jump in. 1. The foundation, activity, and jurisdiction. Alright, first things first. Before you dream up a cool company name or pick out office furniture, you need to lock in 2 key decisions. 1. What are you actually going to be doing? And 2. Where are you going to do it? Get these right, and everything else falls into place. Let's talk about your business activity. What you do determines the kind of license you need. Are you trading goods? That's a commercial license. Providing services? You'll need a professional license, manufacturing, and industrial license. The Dubai Department of Economy and Tourism, DET, has a list of over 2,000 approved activities. Your first job is to find the one that perfectly matches your business. And for you e-commerce entrepreneurs, it's typically an activity you add to a commercial license, not a whole separate license type. Once you've nailed down your activity, you hit the biggest fork in the road, choosing your jurisdiction. You've got 3 main plays in Dubai: mainland, a free zone, or an offshore setup. This choice completely changes who you can do business with, what you own, and how much it all costs. And 2, the big decision: mainland versus free zone versus online. This is the big one, where a lot of people get stuck. So let's make it simple. Think of it like picking a neighborhood for your business. Each one has its own vibe, its own rules, and its own perks. First up, the mainland. A mainland license from the DT gives you the keys to the kingdom. You can trade with anyone, anywhere in the UAE, bid on those big government contracts, and to open offices wherever you want. Now, you might have heard about needing a local Emirati sponsor who owns 51% of the company. Good news for most businesses, that's ancient history. Thanks to major legal changes, as of 2025, you can get 100% foreign ownership for a vast number of activities. A few strategic sectors like banking still have restrictions, but for the rest of us, you're in full control. The main thing to remember with mainland is that a physical office isn't optional, it's a must. Next, let's talk free zones. There are over 40 free zones in the UAE, and they're like specialized business hubs. You've got zones for tech, for media, for healthcare, you name it. The perks are huge. 100% foreign ownership is standard. You can get exemptions from customs duties, and the setup is usually faster and simpler. Plus, they offer flexible office options like co-working spaces or flexi desks, which can really help keep those startup costs down. But here's the catch. A free zone company is designed to do business within its zone or internationally. Want to sell directly to customers on the mainland? You'll usually need a local distributor, which adds another layer of complexity and cost. So, a free zone is a fantastic choice for international traders, consultants, or anyone whose clients are mostly outside the UAE. And finally, the offshore company. Let's be crystal clear. This is not for doing business in the UAE. It's a legal tool for international entrepreneurs who need to manage assets, hold property, or handle global transactions. You don't get a residency visa, you can't have an office here. It's strictly a corporate structure for managing things from afar. To wrap it up, if your customers are in the UAE, go mainland. If you're trading globally or serving international clients, a free zone is your best friend. And if you just need a legal entity for international assets, look at offshore. 3. Making it official. Name, approvals, and documents. Okay, decision made. Now let's make this thing real. First up, your company name. This isn't just about finding something catchy. It has to follow the rules. It has to be unique, can't be offensive, and no religious references. You'll submit a few options to the authorities, either the DET for mainland or your chosen free zone. and they'll give you the thumbs up, usually in a couple of days. Once your name is approved, you apply for initial approval. Think of this as the government saying, okay, we're good with your plan so far. You'll need to hand over some basic documents, like passport copies for everyone involved and a solid business plan. With that green light, it's paperwork time. The main document is your Memorandum of Association or MOA. This is the legal rule book for your company, who the shareholders are, what their roles are, and how you'll operate. If you're on the mainland, you'll need to get this drafted and officially notarized. Then 4. The physical footprint, office space, and Ejari. What's next depends on where you decided to set up. If you went mainland, finding an office is your next big task. It's non-negotiable. And fun fact, the size of your office can impact how many employee visas you can get. Your lease has to be registered on Ejari, the government's online tenancy portal. Without that registration, you can't get your final license. Now, if you chose a free zone, you've got way more flexibility. Depending on your package, you could get a full-on office, a spot in a co-working space, or just a flexi desk, which is basically a legal address that gives you desk access for a few hours a month. This is a game changer for startups trying to keep those initial costs low. 5. The final hurdles: license, bank account, and visas. You're in the home stretch now. It's time to bundle everything up: your name reservation, initial approval, notarized MOA, your office lease, and submit the final application. You'll pay the license fees, and then you get it. Your official Dubai trade license. Congratulations, you officially have a business. But hold on, you can't start sending invoices just yet. Your absolute next step is opening a corporate bank account. I'm not going to lie, this has gotten tougher lately because of strict anti-money laundering rules. The bank will want to see everything: all your company papers, shareholder visas, and a business plan that makes sense. They need to do their Know Your Customer (KYC) checks. Pro tip: having a residency visa for at least one owner makes this whole process much smoother. While that's happening, you'll kick off the visa process for yourself and your team. Your business license makes you eligible for an investor visa. The number of employee visas you get depends on your office size on the mainland or the specific package you bought in the free zone. 6. Understanding the cost. Okay, let's talk money. The big question: what's this actually going to cost? The honest answer is, it depends entirely on the choices we've just talked about. For a mainland business setup, your starting costs will likely be somewhere between 15,000 to 30,000 AED. That covers your license and registration fees. But remember, that doesn't include the rent for your mandatory office, which will be a major ongoing expense. A free zone setup can be a more budget-friendly way in. All-inclusive packages can start from around 600-700 and go up to 20,000 AED or more. These often bundle your license, registration, and sometimes even your first visa and flexi-desk access. An offshore company is usually the cheapest, with setup costs starting around 4,500 to 10,000 AED, since there are no office or visa requirements. And don't forget the extras. Budget another 3,000 to 7,000 AED per person for visa processing, plus fees for your Emirates ID and medical tests. By the way, if you're getting value from this guide, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. It tells me you want more content like this, and honestly, it really helps the channel out. 7. The expert tip: life after setup. Here's a pro tip that so many people miss. Getting your license is the starting line, not the finish line. You have to think about what comes next. As of 2025, the UAE has corporate tax. The deal is pretty good. You pay 0% tax on profits up to 375,000 AED and a 9% tax on anything above that. But this means you must register with the Federal Tax Authority, keep clean accounting records, and file a tax return every year. Also, if your annual revenue exceeds 187,500 AED, you are also required to register for value-added tax VAT. On top of that, annual audits are required for all mainland companies and many in the free zones. Getting this stuff right from day one will save you a world of pain and penalties later on. And that's the playbook for starting your business in Dubai in 2025. Let's do a lightning recap. 1. First, pick your business activity and legal structure. 2. Second, choose your battlefield: mainland, free zone, or offshore. 3. Third, Get your trade name and initial approval. Fourth, prepare your legal documents like the Memorandum of Association. Fifth, lock down your office space and get your Ejari if needed. Sixth, submit your final application to get your license, then open your bank account and apply for visas. 7, and finally understand the real costs and stay compliant with tax and audit rules. I know it sounds like a lot, but if you take it one step at a time, it's completely doable. And the opportunity for growth here in Dubai is just incredible. Look, launching a company anywhere is exciting, but in Dubai, getting the details right is everything. If you want to make sure your setup is 100% right for your specific goals, and you want to avoid those rookie mistakes that cost time and money, then talking to an expert is the smartest move you can make. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see what you build here in Dubai.